Hello everyone, Cousin here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1384 and New York Times Hot Sudoku for April 3rd, 2025. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1384. I'm gonna start with the word minus. I only got the S yellow, so this letter goes somewhere else in this word. S could go first, and it's very likely for it to be a double consonant. SP, ST, SH, SL, or SC are some examples. So, hmm. Um, I can try stare or steal. I mean, it's not a big deal which one, I guess. So I'm just gonna go steal. Okay, I placed the S, E, and A, like so. So it could be swear. It could be sheer. It could be sphere. Alright, so speak, um, swear, and sheer. So letters to consider to use are these 5 letters. I can try chirp. Hmm. Yeah, I think this is not a bad guess. So let's try it. Because if it's not, well, I can eliminate some wrong letters, right? And if this is enough information about the letters, I'll get it on the next try. So let's guess chirp. Okay, and then the answer is sheer. Okay, so I basically used the elimination strategy on my third guess, and immediately after that, I could guess the answer sheer. So yeah, um, yeah, basically got the remaining letters needed, uh, through the elimination strategy. Why I call it that is because it eliminates wrong letters, which are still possible. So yeah, definitely helped me guess, uh, the Wordle answer sheer in 4 tries. So yeah, decent performance, I'll take it. So this is Wordle number 1384. Let's now move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is April 3rd, 2025. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. And for the past few days, I've decided to turn off the highlight row column and block because it's kind of too much highlighted if I don't turn these two off. It would be kind of confusing sometimes about where exactly I'm trying to get your attention to. So I'm just only gonna highlight identical numbers, and of course the others are um, usually on as well. So let's get this started. These ones force the digit 1 into this cell in block 2. The digit 1 in block 5 is forced into one of these 2 cells, and into one of these 2 cells in block 7. Okay. These 3s point down, and these 3s point left. Okay, the digit 8 in block 5 is forced into one of these 2 cells. These 8 points left. And I also see that in row 4, 8 is a missing digit. So, 8 still has to go somewhere in this row, but these 2 open cells see another 8. So in row 4, the digit 8 is forced into one of these 2 cells. Okay, now let's look at column 2. In column 2, 8 is a missing digit, so I have to put it somewhere. But this cell sees 8. These two cells see 8 in one of these two cells. Because we know that the digit 8 is guaranteed into one of these two cells. Even if it's for row 4 and not block 4, 8 is still forced into one of these two cells. So it is a must for 8 to appear in one of these two cells, and no matter which one 8 ends up in, these two cells will see them. So these two cells therefore cannot contain 8. And these two open cells down here also see another 8. So in column 2, the digit 8 is forced into one of these two cells. And because it's guaranteed into one of these two cells, no other open cells in block 1 can contain 8. Another way is just to spot the mini X-wing formed by these 8s. So the concept is that no matter if 8s go like this or like this, the open cells which lie in column 1 and 3 in block 1 will see these 8s. So the digit 8 in block 1 can only go into column 2. So two ways to spot it. They have the same outcome. So depends on which one you spot first. Just use it. Alright. And 8 goes into one of these two cells in block 3. And the digit 8 in block 6 goes into one of these two cells. Also for column 9. In column 9, 4, 7, 8, and 9 are the missing digits. These two cells see 4, so 4, and this cell also sees 4. Okay, so interesting. The digit 4 in column 9 can only go into this cell, so it is forced. All other open cells in this column see another 4, but 4 still has to go somewhere in this column. So it can only go here, so I have to put it here. Leaving a 7, 8, 9 triple in column 9, but this cell sees 9, this cell sees 7. These 7s point up. Okay, the digit 7 in block 6 is forced into row 5. And also in row 4, 7 can only go into one of these two cells, because these two cells see 7. Okay, these 5s point right, and the digit 5 in block 4 is forced into one of these two cells. Oh, but also, 9 is a missing digit of row 4, but these two cells see 9. So in row 4, the digit 9 is forced into one of these two cells, so it joins up with the 8 to form an 8-9 pair. As you can see, in row 4, the digits 8 and 9 are missing. These two open cells see 8 and 9. So to fit both 8 and 9 into row 4, I have to make these two cells reserved for 8 and 9. So these two cells form the 8-9 pair, and all other digits apart from 8 and 9 are eliminated from these two cells. Which means that these two cells contain the other two missing digits of row 4, which are 2 and 7, but this cell sees it too. So I can place 2 and 7 this way. These 2's point down, and this cell sees another 2. Okay, the digit 4 in block 8 is forced into this cell, and now that, I see something. In block 2. In block 2, 3 and 4 are missing digits, but these two cells see 3 and 4. So in order to fit both 3 and 4 into block 2, I have to make these two cells reserved for 3 and 4. So these two cells form the 3-4 pair, and all other digits apart from 3 and 4 are eliminated from these two cells. Which means that the other two open cells in block 2 contain the other missing digits of block 2, which are 7 and 9. So this 7-9 pair means that these 4 cells down here contain 2, 5, 6, and 8. because they are the other missing digits of column 6. So I can just mark down 2, 5, 6, and 8 like this. Okay, so in row 8, 7 is a missing digit. So, but these two open cells, C, 7. So in row 8, the digit 7 can only go into these two cells. So 7 is forced into one of these two cells. Because of that, no open cells in block, well, no other open cells in block 9 can contain a 7. So I can eliminate 7 from this cell and make this a 9. Another method is just to say that these 7s force the digit 7 into, well, into exactly this cell in block 8. Because we also have the 7 from the 7-9 pair here. So 7 here with these 7s force the digit 7 into this cell in block 8, which also eliminates 7 from the cell. So now in column 9, these two cells see another 7, so 7 in this column can only go into this cell. And then I can place the 9 and 8 like this because of this 8. Alright, nice. So these 3 cells are for 1, 2, and 9, because they are the missing digits of block 6. Okay, similarly, we know that the digit 9 in block 2 is forced into column 6 from this 7-9 pair. So 9 here, with these 9s, they force the digit 9 into this cell in block 8. So these 9s point left. We also have this 8, which helps force the digit 8 into this cell in into block 5. Um, Alright, in column 5, 3, 4, and 6 are the missing digits. This cell sees 3, so it's 4 or 6. This cell sees 4, so it's 3 or 6. Okay, in block 5, these two cells see 6. So in block 5, the digit 6 is forced into row 6. And I can keep in mind that 6 is eliminated from these two cells for that reason. It's guaranteed to see a 6 from block 5. The digit 6 in block 1 is forced into one of these two cells. Oh, okay, this 6 points down. So the digit 6 in block 9 is forced into column 8. So these two cells actually form a 3-6 pair. As you can see in block 9, the digits 3 and 6 are missing, but these 3 open cells see 3 and 6. So in order to fit both 3 and 6 into block 9, I have to make these two cells reserved for 3 and 6. So these two cells form the 3-6 pair, and all other digits apart from 3 and 6 are eliminated from these two cells, which means that 7 can no longer go into this cell, which forces 7 into this cell in block 9, leaving these two cells to form a 1-5 pair, which eliminates 1 from this cell and 5 from this cell, because we've already got 1 and 5 in column 7. So the digit 5 in block 3 is forced into this cell, Okay, now, in row 1, 7 is a missing digit, but these open cells see another 7. So only this cell is available for 7 in row 1, so the digit 7 in row 1 is forced into this cell. It's the only place that 7 can go in this row. So I have to put it here. Alright, it leaves a 249 triple in row 1. This cell sees a 4, so it's only 219. And also 7 in block 3 is forced into one of these two cells. A 369 triple is formed in row 8. Okay, in column 4, 1, 3, 4, and 5 are the missing digits. This cell sees 1 and 4, so it's only 3 or 5. These two cells see 3, so it's 1, 4, or 5 only. Oh, there is a 3-6 pair in row 7. Alright, so basically how this works is that we have to avoid cells to become empty. We have to avoid this in Sudoku. So you know that empty cells break the Sudoku puzzle. So to avoid that, I have to keep both 3 and 6 in these two cells. If I exclude 3 and 6 from these two cells, then at least one of them would end up being empty, and that'll break the Sudoku puzzle. So to avoid empty cells, I must keep both 3 and 6 in these two cells. The only combinations are 3, 6, or 6, 3, like this. Because these two open cells only contain two certain digits in this row. Both of these two cells can only they only contain 3 and 6. So to avoid empty cells, I have to keep both 3 and 6 in these two cells. So these two cells form a 3-6 pair, and this pair eliminates 3s and 6s from all other open cells in this row. Which means that this cell cannot contain a 6, and that the other 4 open cells in row 7 contain 1, 2, 5, and 8. So this cell sees 1 and 5, so it's only 2 or 8. This cell sees 5, so it's 1, 2, or 8. And these two are correct. Okay, now that this cell can only contain either 2 or 8, look at column 1. There is a 289 triple. Basically the same concept as this 3-6 pair. In column 1, there are 3 open cells which only contain 3 certain digits. In this case, these 3 cells only contain 2, 8, and 9. And to avoid empty cells, I must keep 2, 8, and 9 in these two cells. In these 3 cells. I have to keep 2, 8, and 9 in these 3 cells. So these 3 cells form the 289 triple, and this triple eliminates 2s, 8s, and 9s from all other open cells in this column. In other words, the other 2 open cells in column 1 form a 3-6 pair. But this cell sees a 3. So I can place 6 and 3 this way. Okay, another way you can see it is that this cell cannot contain 3 and 6 because it now sees both of the cells involved in the 3-6 pair in row 7. So this cell cannot contain 3 or 6. This cell also cannot contain 3 or 6. This cell cannot contain 3 or 6. And this cell also sees 3. So you immediately get 6 and 3 in this cell. Which places 6 in this cell in block 1, and 8 goes into this cell in block 1. Because earlier I found that in column 2, 8 can only go into these 2 cells. So now that 6 occupied the cell, well, 8 must end up in this cell. Another way to spot this is by the mini X-wing, which I mentioned earlier, which makes this cell 2, 4, or 9. Alright, now 8 in block 3 is forced into this cell. This cell now sees 3, so 4 and 3 this way, which makes this 6 and 3 to complete the column. Okay, for block 5, this cell can only be a 5 because it sees 1 and 4, leaving a 1-4 pair in these 2 cells, which makes this a 5. 2 and 6 this way, because 6 is eliminated from this cell because of the 3-6 pair. Actually, 6 and 3 this way. Oh, sorry. Okay, this 2 points left, eliminating 2 from these cells, and gets column 1 complete. This cell now sees an 8 and also 5, so for row 7, 1 and 5 like this, which makes this 1. 6 and 9 are the missing digits of row 8, but this cell sees a 6, so 9 and 6 placed this way, 2 and 3 in these 2 cells. This cell is an 8 to complete the row. Apart from 3 and 5, 2 and 4 are also missing digits of block 4. Alright, 7 and 9 are the missing digits of row 3. And in block 3, 2, 4, 7, and 9 are the missing digits. This cell is 2, 4, or 9. And this cell is 2, 7, or 9. Okay, so what am I missing? This 9. This cell sees a 9. So 4, 9, 9, 7, 9, 7. Okay, 2 and 4 because of this 4. 2, 1, 9, 1, 4. And the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times Hot Sudoku in about 20 minutes. So, yeah, I don't think it was super tricky. I do seeing it being hard difficulty Sudoku, definitely, because there were some key spots which were quite significant or quite important to spot, which would definitely help you progress your Sudoku way more efficiently. So let's go over the key spots. So towards the beginning, I feel like the 3-4 pair in block 2 helped quite a bit, and also getting most of column 9, and I feel like the placement of 8 in column 2, or another method is just by spotting the mini X-wing formed by the 8 in these cells. So no matter which method you used, you would have the same outcome that 8 could only go into one of these 2 cells. No matter in column 2 or block 1, it's the same. So yeah, either the mini X-wing, or just by spotting the placement of 8 in column 2. And also towards the end, the key spots are first the 3-6 pair in row 7, the 3-6 pair in row 7, which eliminated 3 and 6 from this cell and placed the 6 and 3 in column 1. You could have also spotted the 289 triple like me, like I did, the 289 triple in column 1 after spotting the 3-6 pair in row 7. So the 3-6 pair and 289 triple definitely helped finish up the Sudoku puzzle, and I feel like these are the key spots. Also, getting row 4 done, or mostly complete, was quite helpful. So yeah, if you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you, and hopefully this video helped. And hopefully all my detailed explanations helped you understand the Sudoku puzzle better and or the solve path and approaches. Hopefully this video helped. Alright, so yeah, mostly straightforward, but yeah, just the right difficulty for hard Sudokus. Today's April 3rd, 2025. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1384 and New York Times hard Sudoku for today. See you all next time. Bye!